2018 Social Worker of the Year, Zander Keig. So I'm going to say a few words about Zander, and then I'd like to give Zander some time to say a few words as well. As with all of our nominees and all of our awardees, they have very, very long CPs. So I'm going to try to just say a few words here. So Zander is a proud veteran of the U.S. Coast Guard, where he served for 2 years as a firefighter and emergency medical technician. Kate currently works as a clinical case manager on the transgender care team with Navy Medicine West. He is recognized as a transgender subject matter expert by the NASW and Department of Veteran Affairs and Navy Medicine West. He is the co-author of several journal articles, including Transgender Veterans Are Inadequately Understood by Healthcare Providers, which appeared in the May 2014 issue of Military Medicine Journal, and Addressing the Needs of Transgender Military Veterans, Better Access and More Comprehensive Care, which appeared earlier this year in the journal, Transgender Health. In 2017, he joined the clinical team at Coaching Through Chaos, and he was also appointed chair of the NASW National Committee for LGBT Issues. There's just so much. He's also appeared in several documentary films, including the award-winning feature-length film, Trans. Zander is resolutely focused on making sure we can all be our best selves. So here is Zander.
Thank you, Jolene. Thank you, Jan. Can you all hear me?
Yes. Thank you for being here. I know this is, is this on still?
Oh, I touched the button. Don't touch anything. It's not even really a button, it's like one of those sensor things. Yeah. Oh, wow. It's, wow, what an honor. I was gonna say something similar to what you said about how it's a large pool of people to select from. Somebody asked me just yesterday, what does this award mean to you? And I said, you know, it's a different kind of award when you get an award from a professional group, a group of your colleagues, versus maybe the student activities office when you're in college, or your department, you know, at work. I mean, this is a much bigger thing because if you're not all social workers, for all the social workers in the audience, we all do a great job. We're all working on doing great things and improving people's lives. So to be selected from such a dedicated and skillful group of people, that's what makes it even a bigger honor than one I've ever experienced before. So now I'm getting a little choked up. So I just want to say thank you. And not to be too corny, I thought I'd pull like an Academy Award kind of thank you. But there's gonna be a twist on it. And so this is what I want to say. I want to say that just to position myself so you know who I am in a short period of time, in addition to, I mean, I'm 52, so it's hard to encapsulate, you know, in a bio the life of a person. But so this is how I'm going to do it. And what I'm going to say is that as a person who was born premature, I want to say thank you to all of the medical social workers that work in NICU, that work in pediatrics. Thank you so much for the work that you do. As a kid who spent time in group homes, thank you so much for the social workers who are working in child welfare, child protective services, the group home system, all of them. Please keep doing that work. It's very important. A social worker saved my life when I was in the group homes. As a special education student, I want to say thank you to all of the school social workers and all of the social workers that are working on improving the lives of special education, developmentally delayed students everywhere. As a former military person, I want to thank all the social workers that either have worked in the military or from a military family. The knowledge that you have and the work that you do, the work that I do now as a military social worker, as a civilian employee, it means a lot, especially with the lives that people have when you're living through the military and the strains on family, so thank you. As a veteran and a former VA social worker, I want to thank all the VA social workers, anybody who works with veterans out in the community and the support of veterans programs. Thank you so much. With the homeless veterans in particular, that was my specialty area. As a trans man, I want to say thank you to all the people as part of the LGBT community. If you're working in LGBT community, if you're part of the community, you're doing social work, thank you so much for that work that you're doing. I want to thank the California chapter of NASW so much for your leadership and your recognition of all the work that we do. And as a member of the NASW National Committee for LGBT Issues, I just want to say thank you to them. Hopefully they'll be hearing this. I tell them all the time, and the work that we're doing, there's not a lot of transparency, and I apologize for that. The efforts are to protect us as committee members from being the recipients of too much onslaught of vitriol from outside. So when you go on the NASW website and you look under LGBT, you're going to find a staff member as our point of contact. Please reach out to her. Her name is Rita Webb, and she will put you in touch with me or one of our members. But thank you for anybody who's working on the advancement of LGBT concerns, issues, people's lives. There's a lot of need there. And also, just because, you've heard, I was a preemie, I was in the group home, I was in special ed. I could also say thank you to the forensic social workers of somebody who narrowly escaped juvenile justice system. For those who in the audience, my final thank you, well, I have two more. My almost near final thank you is to the parents in the room. I want to say thank you for the work you're doing, and please do not ever give up on your kids. I know nobody thinks they give up, but they do. Because kids are challenging. I know I was one of them. My father's here. He can vouch for how challenging I was. My Aunt Betty is here. She can definitely vouch for how challenging I was. My cousin Eric is here. So I want to say thank you to my family. I want to say thank you to my friends and my wife Margaret also for being here and supporting me through all this work. And my friend Megan, who nominated me last year. And my friend Stefan, who I don't believe is in the room, who did nominate me this year. So I just want to say again, thank you very much for this award.